Good evening, folks. It looks like Mr. Chubby Hubby and Shroom Day. Rock on, guys. Good evening. Um, let's give this a couple minutes to stew, to bring in a few people. Y'all are welcome to talk in the chats. I'm gonna do my best to read them, but I'm trying to catch a meal. I'm slacking here, and I have to hit the road. I'm currently out in the middle of nowhere, PA, heading to Somerset, PA tonight. Let me see if I can keep up with the comments, though. I got my phone on a mount so I can eat. But we are going to be talking about the video. We're going to talk about lab rats and mushrooms. All right, here we go. And then we'll take over the world. I'm glad you guys love the Pinky and the Brain references there, the artwork and stuff. I thought it was appropriate because that's exactly what I was thinking when I was reading this article about forced swim tests. I was just imagining the two of them. All right, where are we at here? Hey, Mr. Jeff, what's going on, brother? Hey, happy Monday. I should have reached out to you sometime earlier before today. I kind of threw it on you last minute to join us, but I'm glad you made it. All right. Let's see, eat your food. It's all good. Thank you. Get it in while you can. I suppose this was one of those days where I got the video uploaded last second, as I did text you and let you know. We ran it down to the wire. So there was no lie when I mentioned in the video that it was Monday. That was because it was today when I filmed. All right. Don't mind me. Tonight's dinner. This is kind of my pre-dinner. I haven't even really ate a big meal yet. This is my late lunch. It's a little ramen with fish. And I feel like the older I get, the closer my meals look like my grandparents. Because who puts fish in their ramen? Especially canned fish. I feel like this is definitely some grandparents style food or something. Gonna need a napkin for this one. All right. Yeah, we're putting fish in this, and I cannot tell what the emoji is. It's probably the vomiting emoji. I wish I could zoom in on these. Excuse me. Gotta get me those. What are they? Omega 3s? I don't know. I think it's EPA and DHA are the two essential fatty acids or whatever we get from consuming oily fish like herring. I think it adds a good fishy, salty flavor. So here we go. It was the puke emoji. Thank you for that. All right. So I know it's the premiere, and it was just the folks I knew, which that's fine and dandy. But I do want y'all's feedback too. I won't be offended if you all are bleeding heart liberals or animal lovers. You could be card carrying members of PETA. I welcome you to the channel. I personally love to eat animals. I'm eating fish right now. But I'm not out to necessarily torture an animal. And here we are talking about, for science, removing ovaries and then forcing them to swim against their will, I guess, in a tread water cylinder. What's your all's thoughts on that? I know it's not mushroom specific, but we'll get into the lion's mane talk probably as soon as I get done eating, and then we can get driving because I'm going to be heading down the road while I'm live. Hey, how many do we have right now? Go ahead and hit the like button too. If you're in the live, let's make the thumb ups match the number of people who are here, because that means it's going to help the algorithm bring more people in here. And I've had a couple hundred people in the past show up to one of these after party lives. Granted, it was done down in a better place with better lighting, not while I was in my truck eating, about to go on a road trip in the middle of the night in the middle of nowhere. But hey, we do it however we do it here. There we go. Hey, it matches now. Now it says 2 and 2. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. Come on now. That's got to be some good mushies. There's got to be some good mushies with your omegas. You know what? Let me do a video on that. There are fat excuse me. There are fatty acids in mushrooms, no doubt. If they are of the ones considered as essential fatty acids, that's what I'm not sure. I know there's things like oleic acid and linoleic acid and some of these other shorter chain fatty acids that are going to be found in mushrooms, and then alcohol derivatives of those. So if I do a video on that, I'm still going to be eating my fish though. There's things that, despite me being a mushroom guy, I still have my things. I love my canned fish. I love my canned C4, which I'm about to crack open another one. This is not sponsored, but man, do I like these. And shoot, I have a bad habit of eating ramen too. So there's that. Hey, we got 3 now. We only got 2 thumbs up. Let's get the match 3 and 3, guys. Welcome if you've not been on here before. We want to talk about lab rats and mushrooms tonight. In the chats, I welcome the questions. Like smashed. Thank you, sir. Now we're up to 4. Let's make the thumbs up match the head count. Welcome. We haven't even really gotten into the mushroom talk because I'm still shoving ramen noodles in my face, but I appreciate you guys joining. Hopefully you got a chance to watch that video. We got Shroom Day discussing something here. We got to get you sponsored by C4, no doubt. How many times have I given them just free commercials, right? Just making YouTube short videos with C4. Not to mention how I'll throw their name in a video here or there, like I just did in a live. But you never know. There's 2 ways of looking at this, right? Why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? C4 might be looking at me being like, sucker, look at you. You're doing it for free. We don't owe you nothing. But on the other hand, they might be looking at me. They might not be looking at me at all because they don't know who I am. But if they did, they might see that and say, "Oh, that's cool. We'd like to give you some swag, some merchandise or something." Who knows? 2 cans for life. And if they're really bad for me, it won't cost them that much, right? All right, what do we got here in the comments? Every time I've seen you live as well as while we were at Michael Fest. That's how often I've seen you talk about their product. Maybe I talk about it way more than I notice. I do talk about it a lot. I talk about it at my jobs. Shoot. I promise they're not paying me though. All right, guys. This is a video. Tonight was a video about shoot, I don't need these headphones on, do I? Since I can't hear none of y'all this time. Tonight was about lion's mane. You guys eat lion's mane? I guess the two or the three that are here. Anybody who's watching in the chats. Have you ever had lion's mane before? I'm pretty sure Shroom Day has. I actually think lion's mane's a pretty awesome mushroom. I've thrown it in my ramen before. It's good stuff. It is good stuff, though. You hooked me up when we met. Did I? With lion's mane? It's your second favorite mushroom. I gave you lion's mane? Like actual mushroom or a tincture? Because I'm talking specifically like the actual mushroom to eat, culinary at the moment. But yeah, medicinal, lion's mane is pretty badass. Oh, you're talking C4. I'm over here talking lion's mane mushroom. Sorry. So C4, you did enjoy C4. All right. Man, I'm still a couple minutes out from driving here, still working on this. The more I talk, the less I eat. But this is purely my fault. I knew when I was going live, right? It's not like I've never done this Monday night thing before. I could have figured out how to eat. I could have ate while I was filming, right? In the video. Yeah, C4 is an energy drink. We just got some clarification in there. It's not a mushroom in case somebody jumps in the feed here. There we go. You know how they give mushrooms like the common names, blah, 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 of the woods, right? So I imagine cordyceps could be like C4 of the woods because of what it does, its functionality. How it works on the, or kind of replaces. So it works the adenosine receptors, or no, not even so much that so much, but it gets involved in other pathways, energy producing pathways, or it mimics adenosine. Cordycepin does. So the cordyceps mushroom is an energy producing mushroom. Could be your C4 of the woods. Excuse me. But I'm kind of being facetious. All right, where are we at here? All right, it's just been me talking and not eating. Hey, welcome. A couple more people just jumped on, it looks like. I'm not sure. It would be so cool if it actually showed me the names of the people that jumped on so I could say, hey, welcome so-and-so, welcome so-and-so. If y'all can see that as my moderators, feel free to shout out any new people that jump on here. I don't have that technology. I don't know how to do that. We're 14 minutes in this, though. I'm just going to let it roll. This is going to be a rambling talk night. I'm driving down I will be driving down the middle of nowhere back mountains road here in the Laurel Highlands, middle of nowhere, PA, 25 mile an hour or less. Let me tell you something here. Back up the road just a couple miles is like this. I don't know if it's an actual house or if it was some kind of like a science building. because it has a dome on it with an observatory window. It's like an observatory up here, but it looks pretty old. And I don't know if it's abandoned or what's going on in there. I've been wanting to check it out, but I'm not going that way. I'm actually going the other way. But don't be surprised if I got the camera flipped around while I'm driving. Instead of looking at me, we'll look at the road ahead. We might see a porcupine or some other critter crossing the road. Tend to see those guys up here. Any new faces in the chat? Guess not. All right. About to slurp this ramen down. How do I mute myself so y'all don't have to hear that? Plug your ears. Is it possible? It's a silo with a missing panel, but it's a house, or it's like a building though. So if it's a silo, it's the weirdest silo I've ever seen. And secondly, this is actually some prime area to have an observatory because you're on the top of a mountain, number one, and there's no town around here for miles. I have to drive a half hour to get to a small town. So, yeah, when I look up in the sky, I see thousands of stars without turning my head around. Pretty awesome stuff, guys. I can't put it on my camera. My camera doesn't capture that kind of footage. But just know this is some starlit country up here. And I'm pretty sure it's an observatory. Do I have sound? I can hear him. Yep, I got sound. Oh, let me back up. I see there's a few more comments here. Is it possible it's a silo with a missing panel from the roof? No, I'm pretty sure it's an observatory. It's got this one section on it, though, that looks like an observatory window that opens up. And it has a deck around it with a door. Like it's on a second story. Shoot, how can I tell you what? When it's daytime one of these days, I'll make a YouTube Shorts video for all y'all, and you can see and check it out yourselves. You'll see it because it's interesting. I've never seen anything like that up here in PA. I've got the hiccups. All right. I wish I could mute this, and microphone. Okay, I'm muting this, guys. Call it mutiny. Hey, we're back. Holy crap. Just ate me some spicy food. About to combine it with caffeine. My vagus nerve is about to be firing overtime, guys. All right, I'm going to have some hiccups, guaranteed. All right, I'm trying to read this. My eyes are watering. I am crazy. Where am I at here? I'm muted. Yeah, that was perfect then. That was the point. All right. Got it. Hey, I'm back. All right. My light just went out. That's all right. We got another one. Let's fix this. There we go. Back again. Okay, hey, it's just the three of us. It's going to be the three of us chatting about mushrooms, hopefully. Let's fire the beast up and hit the road. Live chat, top of a mountain, Pennsylvania. Mr. Jeff. And somebody else just jumped in. Good evening. Any ladies in the chat? Is this all men? Do I have to behave myself? All right. We're locked and loaded here. Who do we got? Let's do a little roll call. Oh, it's just a couple of us. What do we got here? Okay, you know, do your thing. Thank you for joining. Whether I'm here or not, when you come back, I don't know. I'll be on probably till I get to Somerset, which is about a half hour, like I said. I'm going to flip the camera around, too, so you don't have to look at my ugly face. Excuse me. Bang. All right. 325,504 miles and counting. Let's go. All righty. This truck will die someday. When it does, may it rest in peace on the mountain. Alrighty, guys. I'm trying to get a little better view of the road for y'all without my phone mount falling, because this thing is kind of janky. Bear with me here. How are we doing? We might catch ourselves a little animal or two on this road, because we are way up here. Up here in the middle of nowhere, PA. It's filming live like this. I always imagine catching something crazy, unexpected, where it interrupts my discussion too. So I think it's just me and Chubby Hubby. We got someone else in the chat. Maybe Shroom Day is still here. If he is, awesome. If not, I do expect him to dip out for a minute or 10 or however long. Whatever. But anybody who jumps in the chat tonight, we're cruising down middle of nowhere, PA. Hit that like, hit that thumb button, that thumb up button. Let me know you're here. That's like my attendance keeper, is the thumb up button. Letting me know you checked in. Tell me, what's your favorite mushroom? Culinarily speaking, what's your favorite mushroom to eat? Do you know the name of it? Do you know the species name? Do you go by the common name? Like Latiparus sulphureus versus chicken of the woods? What about a white button mushroom versus, I don't know. Oh, there's a deer. Did you see that? We got our first critter. Very nice. White button mushroom. What is that one called? Agaricus bisporus. Hey, we saw a deer. We're going to see any other critters? We're going to see any polypores on the side of the road on one of these trees? That's a possibility too. Hey, really quickly though, I got to check my map. I'm not trying to take a wrong. I might lose my live for a minute, guys, as I pull the map up. All right. You know what? I'm going to pull up right here. It looks like a little spot I can pull over for a sec. Little pull off, little trail. All right, bear with me. It's probably going to disconnect for a second. Hey, I'm still here. I did have to cut out for a second. I was able to pull my map up now. We can keep going. We've got about 25 minutes to go till we hit the town. Until then, it's middle of nowhere, PA, up on top of a mountain. Y'all didn't expect that one tonight from me, did you? I don't even know how good the signal's gonna go. So, shoot. And I can't keep this phone mount from dipping. Quit dipping. There we go. I think we're good. My truck just stalled. Hey, we're still driving. There we go. Still cruising. Mr. Chubby Hubby, are you still with me? Rock on. Would you believe my truck is running at 300 RPMs right now? We're cruising. Going a good 25 miles an hour. How do I get such good gas mileage like this? I think I'm running on like 5 cylinders. I don't know. I'm being silly. All right. Hericium erinaceus, aka lion's mane. You know what they call lion's mane in Japan? Little fun fact. Let me see if I can remember. I gotta jog my own memory for this one. Maybe I need some more lion's mane in my life. But I think, if I remember correctly, the Japanese name, colloquial name for Hericium erinaceus is Yamabushitaki. Yamabushitaki. Did I say it right? Somebody fact check me on that. But I'm thinking it's Yamabushitaki. Lion's mane. And Yamabushitaki does not translate to lion's mane. It means something completely different over in their culture. So they give it a different colloquial name. Go check it out. Yamabushitaki, I think. That's our lion's mane. What's going on in the chats? I think it's Mr. Chubby Hubby and I. It might just be the two of us. Just the two of us. All right. Did you see that deer earlier? Were you able to catch that? He was on camera, or she was on camera for just a little second. Oh, I see some lights in the distance. Y'all see that? Whole strip of lights up there. Way over there. Oh, you can't even see it on my camera. Way out in the distance. Quite a ways out. I can see faint lights in the distance. You can't even pick it up on my camera. Alright, what's the word on the street? I'm trying to read this. I might have to slow down for a second just to catch up on the chats here. Had to greet the girlfriend. No sweat. Welcome back. All right. I'm heading to Somerset, PA. I'm currently on top of a ridge, though. We saw a deer already. So that's on the live. If you go back, I guess. That was a few minutes ago. Truck stalled while driving. Fired it right back up, of course. Shroom Day knows about this truck. But yeah, we're keeping the camera on the road the best I can without it tipping. And the camera keeps wanting to dip. And it's the mount. The mount's being a little sloppy on me. But if I can keep the camera pointed on the road, I want to catch any critters that are crossing the path. Catch them on camera while I'm chatting with you guys. I don't know if you guys caught that. Yamabushitaki, lion's mane. First one who can Google what the heck Yamabushitaki means gets a point if we're playing a game, because I can't remember what it means now, but it does not mean lion's mane. I think it has to do with the folklore. Some characters of Japanese folklore, we'll say, called Yamabushi, and the lion's mane is regarded as a mushroom. All right. Okay, according to the sign, officially out of the state forest. So I'm just rolling up on some road next to some property here. So people got some property through here, I see. Road will be oiled next week. All right. Looks like I need to keep going straight, following the map here. All right, what's the comments saying? Don't read the chats? All right, then you got to read them for me. No, I guess you're going to have to listen to me ramble. I'll stop every couple, so oftens, so I can catch up on some chats, especially if it's some big paragraph like I see. I can't even see what it says, but I'll come back to it here in a second. All right. You probably looked up Yamabushitaki. Maybe you posted the definition or something. I don't know. We're just cruising down some Pennsylvania back mountain roads, going on a slight downgrade, because I'm like running 250 RPM, no doubt, or no joke. That needle is halfway between the half mark and the zero, and I'm going 25 miles an hour. I barely have to put any fuel in this thing at the moment. Just a big rock going downhill. Rock and roll. Still got about another 20 minutes to go till I get to town, heading to Sheets. You know what? I'm not sponsored by C4. You know who else I'm not sponsored by, but I've shouted them out on a few videos and a few shorts, is Sheets. I've given Sheets lots of love, but you know what? I don't need their sponsorship so much as the fact that they're just a great place for me to stop at any time of day or night. And the Sheets that I regularly visit, they know me and they show me love. So thank you, Sheets. Alrighty. You know what's crazy is the map doesn't look like I'm following it. Okay, I am. We're going the right way. Shoot. When you look on the map and you don't see the path anymore, we got problems. I did not crack open that C4. Told myself I'd drink some water first here. Let me get caught up on the water situation. How are we looking on the road, guys? You see any animals? Saw one deer already. All right. Saw a porcupine last week. Pulled up right up on him. Tried to get out, hopped out, got my phone out. He was already in the brush on the side of the road. I wasn't fast enough. Ooh, coming in hot. Here we go. We gotta keep going straight. Hitting that 2-lane road now. All right. I'll get caught up in the chats here in a second after this bend, if I got a spot where I can. Because I do want to interact with you guys. I don't want it to just be monologue, Mr. Jeff monologue here, running his mouth about mushrooms. I'm hoping to turn these lives into more interactive with feedback, questions, comments, and chatter. Turning it into like a Monday night mushroom community. Hey, we got a little church and a graveyard here. Now's my chance to pull over. Where the heck am I? This church looks like it's made of cobblestone. Check it out. Because we're out here in the middle of nowhere. This is like a mountain church. Look at this thing. All right, let me put this back. Let me secure my phone and read the comments real quick. Told you guys I wanted to get caught up with you guys. All right, Shroom Day, you're commenting a lot, so I got a lot to read. Hericium erinaceus, commonly known as lion's mane mushroom. Yamabushitaki, baby, I did remember it. Bearded tooth. Or bearded hedgehog. Yes, sir. Do we know what Yamabushitaki means? That was the one I couldn't remember. Native to North America. Thank you for leaving this in the comments, though, in case somebody jumps on here. All right. They do have some good food in the middle of the night when nothing else is open. You're talking sheets. Yes, sir. I think you're talking sheets anyway. All right. That's referring to sheets. Yes. Okay. Beautiful looking church. I don't know sheets. Nice church in rocks. I don't know sheets. Yeah, sheets is the Shroom Day only knows it from State College. Coming with me late night. It's the 24-hour spot when you're out in the middle of nowhere, PA, or kind of, because you got to go to town to get to sheets. But there's basically a sheets in every town, sometimes two or more, depending on the town, I guess. But being that it's a 24-hour with full like convenience in the middle of the night, makes it a great spot to stop, almost like a truck stop, but it could be in the middle of town, even downtown, right? So it's kind of cool that you could roll up in downtown of some podunk town in PA. You got to use the bathroom. You can take a sheets. You know what I'm saying? All right. I love these late night runs, driving out middle of nowhere. Look at this. Just keep your eyes on the road. You never know what might jump out at you, but I normally don't have my phone running, so it's kind of cool that I get to do this with you guys. In case something pops out, we got it on footage. Looks like I've got a turn here in about a half mile, so I got to stay paying attention to some road signage. What are y'all's thoughts on lab rats taking a swim in a glass cylinder? The glass cylinder I speak of is You can measure the diameter of it in inches. You could pick it up with two cylinder. What's y'all's thoughts on using cloned rats for these experiments and doing things that were directly inflicting harm in many cases to see their reaction? How do y'all feel about that? I know what PETA feels about it because I looked it up. They're not fans, but they're also not fans of me eating, hamburgers either. So, this is a touch subject, talking about animal cruelty in different facets and how humans treat different animals at different levels, right? We respect animals differently. I could swat a fly, but I wouldn't swat, somebody's dog. So, but we have these standards we create. And science likes to push the envelope sometimes. I guess I'm using opinionated words here. They like to push the envelope in when it comes to humanity, I guess, or being humane to these animals for the sake of getting some results, some feedback. Is it worth the cutoff for the trade? Like the study I spoke of, remove their ovaries and then give them a swim test, a forced swim test to basically put them in a stressful situation to see if they'll quit and drown. How long will they go before they give up? Is anybody outraged by that to the slightest? Are we okay with that? We set mouse traps, right? But if we set mouse traps in a restaurant, we're doing so, or in our homes, right? We're doing so as a survival of the fittest. It's like, you don't belong here. We have human food we're trying to protect, and we don't need you contaminating it with your germs. So we're going to protect it even to the point of death, right? That's one way of looking at it. But I'm just using that to compare versus, like, what do you say? Just cloning or reproducing lab rats by the hundreds or by the thousands for the sole purpose of them dying in different manners. They didn't do anything. They were introduced to the world by the people who are trying to off them, I guess. I don't know. Once again, it's me musing. Hey, this is a great spot since I'm on a back road. I think I have an opportunity to read some chat real quick. A two sheets town. Never short sheets. No sheets. That's good. You guys are fun. All right. Personally, I think products should be tested on people, not animals. Okay? Most scientists are pussies. Now, Albert Hoffman, that was a scientist. He tested his products on himself. Good take. In that regard, I'm kind of a scientist too. Because I know that there's things I'm doing. I just passed a dead animal on the road. It looked like a possum, though. Anyway, I've done things with my life the past couple of years, some routines and habits that I almost feel like I'm a guinea pig because I don't know anybody else who's doing it like that. Like 2 cans of C4 a day. Is that, I need to go have my liver enzymes checked and see what it's doing to me. If I don't have the results found out, am I really sciencing? Right? Isn't that, in order to science, you have to follow the scientific method, which would be doing an observation and seeing how it lines up to a hypothesis. My hypothesis is a mixed bag when it comes to the C4. I think there is some health benefits to me drinking the C4, and there's going to be some detrimental side effects too, no doubt. And anyway, now I'm just rambling. How many more miles do we got, guys? think I'm probably about 10 minutes away. We're in Somerset County. That church, the Cobblestone Church, said Somerset something or another, didn't it? So I'm pretty sure we're in Somerset County. Whoa, coming in hot. Hey, there was an animal, another possum. Did you guys see that one? There we go. I gotta say, I've never been out this part. This is all new territory this time around. So I'm a brave soul taking this beat up truck up mountains. Never been here before. Freaking hoping I don't get broke down or stuck or shot or something. That moon is looking pretty amazing. I think we're going to be at half moon tomorrow or Wednesday. Maybe by Wednesday we'll be at proper half moon. Y'all can't see it on here, but I hope you can see the moon tonight somewhere, wherever you are. This drive sponsored by C4. C4 Midnight Cherry. For your midnight drive, crack you a C4 Midnight Cherry. Cheers. For that midnight drive, nothing goes better than a Midnight Cherry C4 on ice. C4. For your heart's content. Oh, shoot. Was this a hairpin turn? Kinda. Hey, we ain't even done yet. Now we gotta go left. At least this curve's a little bit bigger than that last one. All right, how are we doing in YouTube land? Do we have any other stragglers stepped in? Any stowaways on the Mr. Jeff train tonight? Because I've got my usual suspects. We got Shroom Day in the house. We got Chubby Hubby, Mr. Chubby Hubby to be specific. Do want to thank those guys for being amazing moderators. But if there's other folks who aren't moderating, I can't really see my chat at the moment. I think that might be T. Welcome. I think you've become a mainstay this past October here. So I welcome. If you haven't gone and seen the video from tonight, though, I bet you did, though. But if you haven't, go back, check that out. I've got about another 5 or 10 minutes. When I get to Sheets, I'll probably stay on the live, flip the camera back around so I can see my own ugly face and talk with you guys for a few more minutes, talk more mushrooms. But right now, I'm just driving and musing. You know what I look forward to? I look forward to being able to set up my music studio in Johnstown where I can have mushroom music nights where I put on a musical playlist curated by Mr. Jeff where I get to kind of be the night DJ and also do some mushroom lab stuff with you guys. Put that on the live and smoke it. So, excuse me. Oh, gotta love C4 and fish ramen groups. Alrighty. Hey, where are we at now? Check out this sign. What does that say? Warrior show something. Got a fancy gate. Alright. Going up a little grade, up the side of a ridge here. A few miles outside of Somerset, PA, baby. You guys in the chat, do me a favor and take care of my chat for me while I'm driving. I got the wheel. You guys hold down the chat. I see you guys playing good. Appreciate y'all. If anybody else comes to play, welcome them with open arms and um, let them know that they may not be aware that we did a video earlier about mushrooms and lab rats, and I've just been chatting along with you guys, wanting to know what y'all think about lab rats going for going for swims in glass jars, for the sake of us finding out if they're having a bad day on their postmenopausal ovary rip outness. Yeah, are we good people? Are we good people as modern civilization and science, as a community? Are we good for removing ovaries from lab rats and then making them swim in a forced swim test? Go look up forced swim test on Wikipedia and see what that's about. But I can say this: they're not doing no like sticking their hands in the rats and ripping out hearts. It's not like that's how they rip out ovaries, right? They're not yanking ovaries out like that. I think I missed my turn. I hope that didn't make my trip a little bit longer. But I see Somerset in the distance. So either way, we're going somewhat the right way. What was I saying? Okay, ripping out ovaries. No, they anesthetize them, right? They put them under. The drugs they use to put them under, you may have heard of. They give the rats xylazine and ketamine to knock these rats out before they rip their ovaries out. Removing the ovaries so their bodies aren't producing estrogen, the estradiol or whatever, and then they re-administer estradiol to some of them at a dose to measure, okay, we can compare the Hericium erinaceus, the lion's mane extract, against the estradiol to see if we can replace the lost function of these estrogen receptors. The lion's mane replaced only the beta receptors, not the alpha. Go back and watch the video. There you go. Hope I caught you guys up to speed a little bit. I think in Somerset, I see a sign that says Somerset this and Somerset that. It's like Trailer Parkville. Whispering Pines. There we go. Got a turn coming up here. Heading to Sheets, guys. I think my chats do better when I'm at Powder Mill or in a parking lot somewhere. Driving chats, I can't keep up with the chats. And I don't know if the algorithm ain't bringing in folks or people see it's like a guy driving and thinking, nope, on to the next one. I need to be on the camera, don't I? I thought my turn was coming up, guys. Here it is. It is coming up. All right, here we go. This is the turn they speak. That wasn't even anything to turn about. GPS has me thinking I had to make a hard left. The road did its own thing. All right. I gotta be almost there. I don't think we're gonna find any porcupines in town though. But we did see a deer. We did catch one critter. Are you guys hanging around while I'm driving? I appreciate you guys, but I still don't understand. Thank you for joining me on my road trip to Somerset under the half moon. And I keep thinking to myself, okay, Sheets it's right around the corner. We're almost there. And it keeps getting further away. I did say though, once I get to Sheets, I'll flip the camera back around. I'll remain alive for a little bit longer. Excuse me. Before I call it a full night, I think I just missed my turn again. These roads are crazy though. Where it wanted me to turn looked like a cliff. I'm good. I'm going to take the long way around here. I'm actually driving around a hilltop cemetery right now. With some giant mausoleums and tombs. If y'all are from Somerset, you know exactly where I'm at. You know exactly where I'm at. Ugh, gotta go up this hill. Did y'all see the police? I just turned behind them. I'm gonna follow them. They can't pull me over from in front, right? So if you stay behind the cops, you can't get pulled over. Pro tip. See, just follow the cops. I know what I'm doing. Freaking cops. Oh, shoot. I can't even see. We got the green light. Man, the cop just turned the other way. So I guess I'm not following him. He's doing a loop-de-loop to get behind my ass. Right? Well, now's my chance to get away. I'm part of the 1% mushroom hunter club. Alrighty. Hey, could it be? Do I see Sheets? Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Man, Somerset's got some funky roads. Not since I haven't been from here. Probably driving like an out-of-towner, waiting to get pulled over too. Where is that Sheets at? I thought I saw Sheets coming up. It was some other red sign. So here we are, guys. There it is. We made it. Y'all thought we were about to see Mr. Jeff get pulled over. Not today, Satan. Not today. We made it to Sheets, baby. All right, we ready? We ready to continue this? Truck just stalled again. Hold on. We gotta put the C4 down and coast into a parking spot here. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Okay, hey. There we go, guys. How'd you like that road trip? All right, I promise you it was a C4 I was drinking. Here we go. Let's flip the camera back around, guys. Turn this map off. We're here. We made it. Holy smokes. Let me get back on these comments and turn this truck off. Hey, Tanya, welcome. All right. Back them up on these comments. It sounded like a C4 to me. Definitely not a Budweiser. That's great. What is this saying here? I'm trying to read this. If it's got the same crap Red Bull has, then it's diabetes in a can. Well, mine's sugar-free, but I know that doesn't mean it's any better. Actually, that could actually be more leaning towards causing diabetes, some of the artificial garbage too, because it's metabolically disrupting, they may claim. But anyway, where am I at here? Those energy drinks are no good for you. It sounded like a C4 to me. Yeah, here we go. All right. No, a C4 if anything. How's it going? Sorry, I'm just reading out loud these comments, guys. There's 3 of us, 4 of us. It's the usual suspects. All right. Mushrooms like music too. I know quite a few cultivators that play music for their mushies. Oh, talking about, yeah, for me doing that up in Johnstown. I used to do that. Before I was on YouTube, when I was just on Facebook, I'd go Facebook Live. Just turn the camera on and play music while doing my mushroom thing. That was in 2020. Yeah, 2020. Then the YouTube thing happened, and I wasn't going live because they didn't let you go live until you reach like so many subscribers. But now that I can go live and stuff, now I'm not growing mushrooms, so we got to fix that. We got to grow some mushrooms soon so we can do like live mushroom grow sessions. I really want to do the music thing. Anyway. The true fans know you're like a box of chocolates. You never know what you'll get. There we go. No doubt. Sheets. We made it, yeah. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Yeah. You like that, didn't you? If you drive behind the cops, they can't pull you over. You just stay behind them. And if they turn around, you've got yourself basically like 3 city blocks to get the heck out of there if they try to loop around you. But if you just stay behind them as long as you can, you're good. All right. Where are we at here? Hey, Loving Dean, the God Machine. Good evening. He made it. I don't know if you were here for the cops. If you were here for me, I almost pulled a cop over, almost hit a deer, and all other kinds of big fish tails I could tell you on this drive if you missed it. But if you want to go back and watch it, you'll see I'm lying. Yeah, we just drove from the middle of nowhere up in Forbes State Forest. We're now at Somerset Sheets here. Just kind of wrapping up the live. I'm not going to go live for much longer. I hope you had a chance to check out the video. If you didn't, the video tonight was on. Basically, I was sharing with you one study I read from the study was from a couple years ago. I read it this past week. But it's on lab rats. And they were given lion's mane extract. A couple things I shared in the video, maybe I'll mention now, is the type of extract matters on this type of substance you're trying to extract from a plant or mushroom or whatever. Anything that has multiple compounds in it or multiple substance in it, any compound is going to have multiple things in it. You want to extract certain ones. Alcohol has a propensity to pull certain things versus acetone versus like what else are they using? Some of these solvents, distillates, they might use as an extracting method. It's gonna have different affinities to different molecules, and those will be the particulates or the particles it's going to pull into solution, and that's your extract, because it extracted it from the original. Sorry I'm late, fam. I'll go back to watch the video. Oh, no sweat. Shoot, you can stay in the chat while we're here, though. It's all good. I want to get into mushroom coffee. Yeah, like, I don't even know if I got one in reach on my dash. Here's one. What is this kind? This is the kind from Paul Stamets, I think. Host Defense mushroom coffee. I've also had mud water. I have not had Rise, I think is another one. There's a few brands on the market. You know what I'd like to do is make a mushroom, excuse me, like an energy drink, but one that cuts back on the caffeine and incorporates some mushrooms in it, right? And you're going to say, but we already got that. But not with my formulation, because mine's going to have some other goodies in it that people are missing out on that I think should be in a supplemental energy type drink. Imagine like a C4 nighttime. Then instead of 200 milligrams of caffeine, they ditch the caffeine. They keep the betaine, they keep the citrulline, and they throw in some other goodies in there, like reishi. Maybe they put in some turkey tail in there. Then I could be drinking my C4s and not have to have so much caffeine in my life. Hey, you can't have everything, right? Where are we at here? Loving Dean says, have you noticed any difference in your state of being when consuming the mushroom coffees? Not the mushroom coffee so much. Tinctures, though. Reishi tincture, I've noticed. It's enhanced my dreams. I've noticed cordyceps tincture. I suppose you could probably notice, like, when I say notice, I mean something, what is the word? Physiological or psychological? Physiological would be a body effect, and psychological would be a mental effect. So to say I notice an effect, I'm referring to one of those two. And with reishi, it would be, if it's dreams, I feel like that would be psychological. And with the cordyceps, it was physiological. And what else? What was I saying? What was the other supplement? I don't know. Let me catch up on these chats here, though. Oh, lion's mane. I just looked down and saw you said lion's mane. I want to explore with some lion's mane supplements to enhance cognitive functioning. Yes, I think it's worth exploring. I think the evidence is out there that there is benefits to lion's mane supplementation, but how to go about it is still, I don't know if up for debate is the right word, still under question. This gets into types of extracts like we're talking about. Is it the haricinones? Is it the arenacenes? These are two classes of compounds. Their solubility is going to vary. One's going to be more lipophilic than the other. Excuse me. One's going to appear more in a methanolic extract versus an ethanolic extract versus a water or aqueous extract versus, whatever solvent you use is going to determine your extract components. And that's going to determine, what are you trying to get? Are you trying to get triterpenoids? Are you trying to get some hormone regulation? Are you trying to get some immune support? Heck, you can get some good immune support from a water extract, a tea. of these mushrooms from their beta glucans and their polysaccharide constituency is going to bind or is going to pull into a water or tea. Where are we at here? Sorry. Loving Dean says, what are some compounds in lion's mane that are supposedly beneficial to cognitive function? So what I mentioned there, the classes you want to look up, and I say look it up because it's not one compound. There's a handful of compounds known as haricinones. There's a handful of compounds known as aranacines. And you also have the video tonight. We didn't even go into either of those two. I was talking about two compounds. What is it? Daidzein and genistein and daidzein, I think, which are two polyphenolic compounds. They're gonna be estrogenic. Okay, they are Are they flavols? Flavones? They might be isoflavones, or they're type of a flavone. And flavones are typically known to be estrogenic. Okay. Soybeans contain flavones. I think they actually contain daidzein and genistein, the two found in lion's mane. So you got your soybean of the woods, lion's mane, estrogenic. But the video goes into it a little further, and I don't think you need to worry necessarily as a man about consuming lion's mane because of estrogen, right? I don't think it's that concerning. It's not like you're wolfing down pounds of it daily, number one. But I talk in the video about estrogen receptor alpha versus estrogen receptor beta and how they have different functions. Estrogen receptor beta, located in the brain, is basically what I'm getting at is saying that your estrogen compounds like estradiol is like a switch. It's going to turn on these receptors. It'll turn on alpha and beta. But if we have a compound found in a mushroom that only flips on the estrogen receptor in the brain and not the one found in the periphery or in the body, you won't get the body effects, but you get the mental effects. Estrogens like estradiol improve mental cognition. One more time, because this is not, it is lion's mane, but it's not just lion's mane that contains these phytoestrogens. But if the phytoestrogen is only activating the beta receptor, the beta estrogen receptor, then you get these cognitive benefits, alleviating depression possibly and enhancing cognitive function without other estrogenic effects like uterine growth with body weight loss, combined with higher risk of getting certain cancers, hormonal cancers, right? For men, prostate, actually. For women, breast. Shoot, where am I at here? I notice a lot of time. I'm reading your comment, Dean. Here we go. I notice a lot of time with supplements and such benefits can be not because just one compound, but the interaction between a couple compounds. Yeah, I hope I'm reading this clearly. But yeah, am I even making sense about what I'm saying, what I'm sharing with you guys about lion's mane and about these compounds? That the benefit of consuming something, whether it's these two flavones that I mentioned, or what if it's the haricinones, or one of them, right? Or an aranacine. I doubt it's one of them. But if it's, what if we get to a point where we can isolate the compounds that's in lion's mane and we say, yes, as a matter of fact, it's doing this and it has an estrogenic effect, but only on the beta receptor. There you go. Now, of course, the drug companies doing these researches and stuff, They get that information and then they'll make a novel compound that mimics the one found in nature that they can patent and sell and make a profit off. Did I say that out loud? But anyway, shoot. I'm not saying it's a calling too, but there's a compulsion inside me. There's a desire to take the information that's kind of, yeah, it is public information, kind of. You can go on the internet and read these abstracts. Sometimes I can get past the abstract and read the whole literature and deep dive into these articles. But sometimes it's just abstracts. But either way, I read the science literature and I feel like I'm sneakily going on there and getting that information and sharing it with the public for free. You guys can go on YouTube and watch my videos and learn this stuff and do what you want with the information. Like in tonight's video too, I specifically even mentioned that the study tonight is one that I don't even necessarily trust. So it's not like I'm just telling you guys to just take the study at face value. Just because I read a study and I make a video about it doesn't mean I necessarily ascribe to it. I might disagree with it, but I read these studies and I share potentiality sometimes. I might say we have a compound that is a known effector, an agonist or an antagonist to this receptor. We know this in vitro. That means we can do it in glass, in a petri dish. But just because it does that linearly, like connecting a dot, this causes this to happen. Dot to dot, straight line, linear. That's what I'm saying. Just because we can observe it linearly in a petri dish does not mean that that same function or that same process is going to happen in vivo or in a living thing, because living things don't function linearly. We're multidimensional in how these processes work. I'm going to set the phone down because I talk with my hands, guys. All right. So instead of linearly, you might have this function over here that causes a cascade of events. It causes this to happen, and then these two shoot off events happen over here, both intercellularly and intracellularly, like between cells. And sometimes the thing that we intend, how do I say this? Like estrogen receptor. You think, okay, it's about hormones. Well, a hormone is a signaling molecule, and it has multiple jobs, sometimes dozens of processes it's involved with, and even a sex hormone like estrogens, estradiol, are going to have non-sex functions, non-reproductive roles they're doing, such as roles in the brain. So it's complicated. So I enjoy reading and sharing the knowledge with you guys, but I do encourage you guys to look up the information yourself, confirm it, take it how you all want to take it. But if the information is just kept to the big pharmaceutical companies or those that are doing the research, and we don't know about this information, then they can tell us whatever the heck they want about lion's mane and market it that way and make them money however they want. How about we, whether it's me or yourself, go out there and learn this stuff? If it's me, I make the video, I share it with you guys, and you can make your own informed decision. Hence the live after chats, or we can talk. Eventually, I see this happening, but eventually the live after chat will be, there could be dozens or hundreds of people or thousands of people watching a video as it premieres. And then the questions come in and the debates come in. Is this trustworthy information? What do we think about this study? And somebody might chime in, well, I heard this or that. And this is what I look forward to, as a community of people discussing this information. But nonetheless, we have the information in front of us. It's not kept to a journal somewhere. It's not obscure info anymore. It's out there. It's out there for the debates to happen. It's out there for the discussions to happen. And then we can make informed decisions. Who knows what's going to happen too? What if in the future we don't have the internet? What if in the future we don't have big pharmaceutical companies for good or bad. What if our health is dependent upon an old wisdom, a hand-me-down knowledge, because technology's gone? I'm not doomsdaying this, but I'm saying that just like we had to say goodbye to Kmart, nothing lasts forever, guys. You know, I get to enjoy the benefits of having a building and a company like Sheetz, but Sheetz ain't gonna be there forever. Maybe it'll be there for my whole lifetime, but it's not gonna exist forever. But you know what? There's people on this planet that have information that's been handed down to them through their own families for centuries. And that's not modern civilization, folks. That's a humanity that none of us even understand. But they have this knowledge about things like nature. They don't express it or translate the knowledge in the same way we do. Like we have a language. Chemistry is a language. It's a way of communicating ideas through terms and ideas and processes that we develop. But it's all language. And even though they don't speak in chemistry, an indigenous tribe in the Amazon, they have their way of understanding these processes too. They just use different words for it. And how they got this knowledge of some of their chemistry and their compounds, you know, they'll tell you that they got it from the plants. The plants told them. I'm kind of just rambling at this point, aren't I, guys? Man, we're over an hour into this, and I haven't even gone into Sheetz yet. Let me read the comments here. I'm probably going to dip out here in a minute, though, guys. But I like getting to ramble with you guys. All right. Where are we at? You've been in the chat loving Dean. We're keeping it going here. I notice a lot of time. Oh, okay. I read that comment. Here we go. Screw patents. Nature has it for free. Science is always changing, so we always have to consistently remember to be aware and consistent with our search for truth. Yeah, science will never be true, right? It's like a pendulum that swings, constantly getting closer to truth, but it's not. Hence theories. Now, I'm not trying to knock any theory. Theories are models of observation. And we use those theories to observe, but we got to those theories by bypassing or shutting down previous theories. And as we understand further, we're going to make tweaks and adjustments to these understandings down the road. So anybody who's like dead set on like, oh, I can't be wrong, is not having a scientific mind. You got to understand that you could be wrong. We could be proven wrong. Anyway, where are we in the chat here? I'm all for independent journalism, brother, whether news or scientific research. I love the most non-biased information as possible. And where do we get that? I'm biased. It's hard to find non-biased because I think being on this planet, you know, we have our biases. I bring my own biases to these things. But understanding that I do have my biases, I try to be aware of that and at least be honest about these things. You're going to get me started about DNA and its complexity and how it's in nature's natural code for information. We are the original information and data. And I'm rambling back, brother. Hey, no problem. Let's tell you what. Go back and check out the video premiere from tonight. And anybody else who hasn't, go watch that video from tonight. I get to be, you know, I mix a little bit of my stupidity and humor with a little bit of the knowledge we get from reading these science journals. What do you think of the thumbnail? Go check out the thumbnail on the video. I got the Pinky and the Brain artwork on the side of my truck driving through town right now. I got Pinky and the Brain on the side of my truck. I'll tell you what, I got to put my shoes on. We're going to show the outside of my truck. And then I'm going to go into sheets, and we'll call it a night on that one, guys. How's that sound? We got police here, too, in the parking lot. I got to throw my boots on for this one. Oh. All right. Easier to put the boots on than shoes at this point. Shoot. Here, let me mount this. Grab my other boot. There we go. Did you guys catch that jingle? This is a change of subject, but I included a little bit of it in this video. I think at the tail end. I think I threw something in there. Maybe I don't remember now, but I know in the last video I had it. The Mr. Jeff Mushroom Hunter Bear Defeater. More boots that seen more miles than you. So if you haven't seen that musical little jingle clip, go check that out. These boots have seen more miles than most. They have hardly any tread left on them. And these are some nice boots. I don't even know if they're worth at this point getting them resold. Like putting new soles on them, not selling them again. But I've had them for so many years, I should just upgrade to a new pair. Give me some Red Wing boots. That's what's up. Free little shameless plug there. I made a video. This was way back a couple years ago, I think. I made a video. I even said this is like a commercial for Red Wing boots. They're not paying me either. But hey, if they want to sponsor me with a pair of boots, a new pair, I've had these ones since 2016. We're going on 8 years. Hundreds of miles. And that's just on me in the woods mushroom hunting. That's not including the miles I put in doing excavating in these boots. Digging. These boots have been through a lot. Still wear them to work too when I'm gardening sometimes if it's muddy. All right. There we go. Who is still in the chat? You guys are troopers. I'll go swimming on mushrooms for research. Yo, you must have seen the video. That would be a good time and a fun research there. That would be a cool research. We could all just call ourselves lab rats.